What else?
You will get in trouble.
Okay. In the most simplest terms, guys, in the most simplest terms, that's the answer. Okay, everybody's kind of around it. Let me give you guys a little example of when we say no to what's good for us. How many of you know that rules are good for us? Okay, imagine if we had no rules. Imagine if this school, Miss Sherfield, had no rules, and y'all could just do anything you wanted to. Let me tell you, this place would be a mess, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason we have rules is because good rules, are designed for our good. So if a rule is good and we say no to that rule, okay, then as the young man said, you can get in trouble. And guys, one of the reasons we're here, young men, is so that you will know what to say yes to and what to say no to. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 things to say yes to. Okay? Or, in other words, 3 things that are good for you that if you say no to, you're going to be in what? Trouble. First thing is authority. I want y'all, first thing is authority. I want y'all to somehow remember this. Okay, thank you. The first thing, okay, is authority. Somebody give me a quick example of what authority is. Yes.
Those that are those that are bigger than you, stronger than you.
Not necessarily bigger or stronger, but who have a responsibility for you. Okay? Okay. Good. Okay, that's a symbol of an authority. Okay. Okay.
Someone who tells you what to do.
Okay. Right. Okay, so an authority figure is a person who has, in simple terms, who has your best good in mind or at heart. That's a person of authority. For instance, I have a son and daughter at home. My son's in college, but when he's home and we leave, we tell our youngest child that her older brother is in what? Charge. Okay? He's in charge. Now, he's not an authority figure when it comes to me, but relative to his sister, he's in authority.
I get it.
Okay? How many of you have an older brother or sister? Okay. I'm going to tell you now, young men, if that older brother or sister has in other words, if say your parents are gone and they're there, then who now is the authority person in your life at that moment? Right. Yeah, that older brother or sister. Now, hold on. Y'all, I want y'all to listen right now, okay? Hold on. Okay. So the authority figure in your life, hear me, young men, comes in different forms. Okay? Right now, who's the authority figure in this room?
Y'all.
Yes, sir.
Right now, Mr. Mays.
That's right. Specifically, Mr. Mays, but in general, any adult in this room, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Wells. Okay? Now, when you are older and you get out there, okay, on your own, don't think that you won't ever be under authority. Who is the primary person that you need to respect when you're on your own? Come on. Somebody said earlier.
When you're grown?
When you're on your own, when you're grown, when you're out there. All right, for instance.
You said it.
Even though myself, Mr. Wells, and Dr. Cooper are in authority, when we drive out on this street, guess what? We have an authority that we have to respect. It's called the law. It's called the law. Now, there is an enforcer. Y'all say enforcer. Enforcer of the law. Sit up, son. Enforcer of the law. And who is that called?
The president.
No, the police.
Who said it? Oh, yeah. What's called a policeman?
Police.
Okay, policeman. Now, the policemen in general are supposed to be, like I said earlier, looking out for your good. That doesn't always happen, but for the most part, that's why we want to teach you guys to respect authority, okay? So, if you say no to that man of authority on what's good for you, what is the consequence that can happen? Go to jail. You have all- If you say no to that speed limit, what can happen? You can get a ticket. Okay, so when we say no to things that are good for us, we suffer the consequence. That's the first thing that's called authority. And I want you to say, don't say no to, because it's for your good. The second, education. Okay, what is education? Okay, what is it? Learning things. Yes, learning things. This is education, right? Sit down, son. Posture, Dr. Cooper said posture. I want everybody in their seats facing the way your seat is long. Put your feet down. Don't put your feet down, young man.
Carlos.
Okay. Next time, do it a little quicker, okay? All right. Education. Do you know how many young men and young people say no to education? And education is good for them, right?
Yes, sir.
Education is good for them, but they say what? They say no to it. What are the consequences when they say no to education? Come on.
You won't know.
That can be done.
Okay.
You won't know. Like if you question,
Oh, one person talking.
if you're not paying attention, you won't know what to say if she speaks on you.
Exactly. What else? How are you gonna, one of the things that education does, sit up.
Teach. You want to have a bigger range?
A what?
A bigger range?
You won't
What?
succeed.
Brain.
Oh,
No.
brain, I'm sorry. Go, okay, right here.
You won't really succeed in life.
There you go, that's what I'm looking for. That's smart. Okay, okay. Now, the reason you won't succeed in life is because life demands a certain value from us. Can y'all say value?
Value.
Value. That means worth. So in other words, when you are educated, then you bring to society a certain value. In other words, you're making society what? Better. Anything that has worth, that brings worth to something, makes it what? Better. The reason the teachers here at High Point are doing their best to educate you is so that they can put value in your brain, in your mind. Because when you get out into the world and then you have value, people will recognize that value, and what will they do? They'll pay you for it. They'll reward you for it. Or you may reward yourself and get into your business of choice, and next thing you know, you are bringing value to other people. If you say no to that, that's good for you. If you say no to that, then what happens is you then take away the value that you would have for society. Okay? The young man, I'm going to tell you right now, I want y'all to listen to me. Hear me well. I don't want any, stop guys. Okay? Put your hands down. There are people that bring value to society, and there are people who do what? Take value away. Okay? Let me tell you something. The people who are educated, for the most part, bring value to the society. People who are uneducated do what?
Take.
There are a lot of people, young men, young women right now, downtown at Cedar jail, that are taking value out of life, not giving it. Okay? You understand what I'm saying, guys? Okay?
Yes, sir.
So don't ever forget that what we're trying to do is instill value in you so that you will be productive citizens, so that you can function well and add value to society. If you say no to that, then you're going to be what? In trouble. All right. All right, so we have authority,
Education.
we have education,
And this last one.
last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Health. Okay. Let's talk about health. Let's talk about health. Young man, where are you going? Okay.
No, he said to go over there.
Let's talk about health. Okay. If you say no to what's good for you in the area of health, guess what can happen? You will be in trouble.
Take
All
your
right?
hands out.
Let's talk about health. What do we mean when we say health? Am I doing okay on time?
Yes, sir. I think we get, yeah.
Health is when
Health, what is health?
it's like when you're
Okay. Health is the ability of you to function in this body that God has given us to be productive and successful and healthy and all those good things. You realize, and you guys probably don't have to think too much about it, but you get our age, you think about it a lot. Because health, when you lose your health, you just about lose everything.
you could lose your life.
Health is tied to your life. Health is tied to your lifespan. Let me tell you something, young man. There's a certain race. Our race has a shorter, what we call lifespan, than a lot others. Y'all know why? Because of health. Okay? Now, I don't want to get into a lot of detail on this, and things happen to our bodies, but I'm telling you, guys, this is where not saying no to drugs. Do you know what drugs do to you?
Yes,
It makes you die.
They
Mess up your lungs.
affect your what?
Body.
Your body.
You want to know why people get strung out and then what happens to their mind? What happens to their mind? Mental health. What happens to their mind? Sometimes it can go crazy.
They get dumb.
What happens when you get drunk? What happens to your mind? Your mind is sick.
You see stuff that
You can't-
That's right, your mind is sick.
Like you can even see the cop when you going past the
You do all kinds of things. You know what happens when people get drunk and they start driving? Their mind is affected, health is affected, and they wind up in some cases killing somebody. Okay?
Or
themselves.
Most of the time.
Okay? We want to be in good health. So if we say no to things that are good for us in this area of health, we'll get in trouble. So guys, when we talk about saying no to things, don't ever say no to things that's good for you in those three areas. Authority starts there, respecting authority, understanding authority, doing your best, being your best. Yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Education, make sure that you are bringing value to yourself by learning. Some of you are potential engineers, doctors, lawyers, project managers, pastors, whatever. But unless you continue, sit up, son. Unless you continually educate yourself. Mr. Cooper has a PhD degree. Anybody know what that is? He's a doctor. Mr. Wells has how many? You have a master's. Master's degree.
What is that?
That means you get a bachelor's, you get 4 years of college, then you get another degree.
Whole out of school.
Okay? I'm not bragging, but I have 3 master's degrees.
Wow.
No, I don't think, yeah. I have a master's degree in program management, an MBA in project management, an MBA in engineering management, and I have a master's degree in information technology.
Cool.
I have a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, education is what allowed me to get where I am. By the grace of God, okay? Okay? Guys, do not overlook education. And thirdly, take care of your health. Don't do things that's going to mess up your health. Say no to things that are good for you can have consequences. Okay? I'm done. Any questions right now?
Did you play any sport in college?
No, I played a little basketball, but that's beside the point. Anybody else?
You said MBAs.
Oh,
MBA.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay, you said
M.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's M, not N. M, Masters of Business Administration.
Oh, I thought you said.
No, I'm sorry. Take me.
I can take you.
All right. All right.
Okay, great. Health goes further than your